the Sega Dreamcast. Why didn't it sell? Why didn't it do good on the market? It's an easy, simple reason for everything. Now, I told y'all guys, man, I'm in the comments, man. I'm out here in the comments looking at what people are talking about in the comments. You know what I'm saying? And one thing people are saying when you bring up the fact that NBA 2K series on that particular console sent nukes at NBA Live. Damn near, I mean, it's a lot of people, man. It's a lot of people stop playing live after the Dreamcast. I mean, they didn't, or at least they didn't really take live that serious. 2K exposed a lot of shit that was been going on for years. It's just we never had another game that came and done it like 2K. It was other games. It was other games, but they wasn't on the NBA Live level. You know what I'm saying? But it was certain games that it was, though. Like, you got the NBA Shootout series. It's a lot of people. Like, I play NBA Shootout 98, like, religiously. You know what I'm saying? And I played that more than Live 98 at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't have Live 98 on the PlayStation. So to me, man, like, I don't understand the hate with the Dreamcast, but I'm gonna break it down, man, to where you guys will understand a person that played the Dreamcast back then, because a lot of people, you guys didn't even have the Dreamcast. So if you say, well, 2K wasn't that good and you actually own the Dreamcast, I mean, that's your opinion and all, but if you couldn't see the goodness in 2K back then, you definitely were just a fanboy of Live even back then. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit crazy. So I really don't understand some of you guys' methods for just hating on consoles, I feel. Now, everybody want to bring up the sales of the Dreamcast. They want to bring up the sales and stuff like that. Now, for one, the reason why, the big common sense reason why Dreamcast did not sell because of their games. Their games wasn't no high-powered games that, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't really have a title or game that lifted them up. You know what I'm saying? Best believe Sony, it was so good at the time because of their gaming titles. They had some games that was just legendary. You know what I'm saying? Dreamcast just didn't have the time. They had a lot of failed investments going back from the Sega Saturn, Sega 3D, and all the stuff that they tried, but they definitely pushed the culture. So they got millions in debt and they had to end up doing what they had to do. But if you ask a regular person at the end of the day, in 2000, 2001, what was the best console and they actually had a Dreamcast, they definitely gonna say Dreamcast, though. I mean, minus the games. The only thing is the games is the only setback from this. That's it. It's just the games. If it wasn't for the games, if they had, think about it, man. If some of the baseball games, like, for example, NBA Live, if they would have had NBA Live, the sales for the Dreamcast would have double, triple just from that. Madden series, Madden wasn't up there. I mean, it's a lot of games that didn't make the cut. Baseball games. So you gotta think about it. You got a new console, right? And you gotta take this console and you have to basically make this console sell with just unheard of games. Nobody at the time heard of 2K. So you were just on the outside looking in, and then you thought it was coming from Sega. So you automatically, people was thinking like, well, it's not going to be as good or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people didn't get it a shot. And I mean, you know, a lot of the popular games was not up there. So, I mean, truly, I really don't blame people for not getting it. You know what I'm saying? Me, I like newer games, so I didn't mind getting newer games and playing them. Like, hell no, I wasn't gonna I'm not like I'm not a fanboy, nothing. I like gaming. So that means um I like to when I play a game, oh shit. When I play a game, I like the game in general. So it don't really matter to me about everything else, about holding on to a fanboy or being a damn what you call it, just a Sony fanboy, whatever. Like, nah, I played games. I was a gamer. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of games I feel like wasn't given a shot, wasn't given a chance. This game right here, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really given a chance, but it's a good game. It's a decent arcade type shooter, time-based game. You know what I'm saying? It's a straight game. Graphics are good, but a lot of people just didn't get these games that particular chance. You know what I'm saying? Back then, because they was unheard of. These were unheard of games in the market, bro. So I mean, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I understand. But you put some of these other games up there and you see what happens. And you see how people react. People wanted graphics. PlayStation had some of the sorriest, trashiest graphics. They had good games, but the actual quality of the games, man, nobody wasn't even caring about that, yo. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was caring about it. So that's basically it, man. You know what I mean? If they would have had the games, like people been would definitely shit on the game. You know what I'm saying? They definitely will do that without having it themselves. And if you did have a Dreamcast, or if you didn't, and you prefer playing other games, or if you pick Sony over that, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you definitely gotta understand to see the graphics and understand it. If you was around that time and experienced this type of gaming for that particular time, you already know the Sega was beyond its time. It's already online. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to get online dial up in 2000. You know what I'm saying? 2000. I'm trying to get online back then with dial up internet. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else was doing that. They opened up the doors for everybody. And I just feel like they were just a hated on console. You know what I mean? Especially by the NBA Live fans, because they knew that 2K came along and they just offered so much. You know what I'm saying? They offered some that, you know what I mean? All the other games weren't offering that stuff, man. Heck no, they wasn't offering this type of graphics and experience. So, and I feel like if you on Xbox, that's really all you playing is a Dreamcast. But definitely without a lot of his titles is not in there. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is with that. But let me know y'all experience with the Dreamcast, man. Let me know. Because I had a good time with it. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely my most played. I mean, I played it for a while. I just wish they didn't stop making games, and you know what I mean? They could have, you know, still been around. That would have definitely been, you know what I mean? Been great. I feel like the conversation would have been changed because Sega would have definitely changed the game. As far as sports gaming and everything, bro. Because that's just what it is. I felt like 2K really kind of downgraded when it went to the PS2. Like the graphics wasn't as good, so it was kind of like we was getting downgraded versions. You know what I mean? For real, like it was just they were still good games. Like 2K3 and beyond that, it was still pretty good games. But you know, it was just still, you know, downgraded by the graphics. You know, when 2K came out, we was used to the graphics. You know, people that actually played it, we used to the graphics, yo. We wanted the graphics in the game. That's what we was used to. So when it didn't come up with the graphics, it was like, man, you know what I mean? It just seemed different, but the game was still a good game. So basically they had to start over in a way with the fans. They had to start over again almost, you know what I'm saying? Cause you know, people had to understand that, you know, the PlayStation 2 really didn't give them that flexibility as far as graphics like that. So, you know, it is what it is, man. But you guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you own the Dreamcast back then, if you experienced these games when it came out, because it's definitely a lot of low-key, good-ass games, fun games for this console. It just was not promoted. The games was not promoted right. at all. Yeah, I feel like they promoted the console good, but it's just the games, man, they had with it just weren't good games. I always say that. Like Crazy Taxi can't, don't need to be one of your marquee games. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just games that they had to settle with. They was good games graphically. They was okay, but just far as they're kind of like second source games or whatever. You know what I mean? It wasn't no main title game. No main production games really came over and actually gave them a chance. So that's what hurt them. That's the only reason what hurt them. But Sega Dreamcast is by far a better console than the PS2. The only reason people say PS2 is better is because of the games. But you give Sega Dreamcast those same games, and watch what happens, yo. Watch what happens. But I'm about to hear you guys. Y'all stay safe. Peace out.